So since we're talking about other games other than the one that Ari's playing on stream right now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
I've
talk
been
about this dog shit either.
I've been playing a lot of Terraria lately.
Nice. I've only played that game like once or twice.
I enjoy it greatly, especially since they added the journey mode, which is kind of like the Minecraft creative mode.
Okay.
It's not totally like creative in that you have to obtain things before you're able to make them out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have a power to just make things out of nothing. You can just take them from a menu, but you have to find them in the world before you can do that. The combat has never been really the draw of Terraria for me, so I just turned on God mode,
Yeah.
which is also
Fair.
part of Journey.
And what is God mode?
You're just invincible. You just don't take damage.
No, that's fair.
This game sucked. Why'd you tell me to play Sombra?
But so basically since I started playing Terraria, I have had this one ambition, I guess,
Uh-huh.
which is to fully section off the world.
God, everything comes back to America moment. Jeez.
God.
To have in order, and specifically pre-hard mode, which is a phase of the game, once you defeat one of the bosses, it permanently alters the world, which is called hard mode.
Yeah.
And
There's a joke there somewhere. I just needed to mention that. To move along.
So the once you do that, the evil biome spreads much, much, much faster,
Uh-huh.
and through different kinds of blocks that it wasn't able to spread to before. So a common thing to do is to prepare the world for that by sectioning off the evil biome. So I want to take that a step further, because it doesn't. One of the other things that it does is that it creates a new area of the evil biome, but also an opposite, equally dangerous good biome.
Dangerous. Good biome.
Yes! There are unicorns and pixies that will kill you.
Love it.
It's called the Hallow, and it spreads almost exactly like the evil biome. And you have to control both of them. And they spawn in a slash throughout the entire world. And you don't know exactly where they're going to appear. And for that reason, I have decided to section off the entire world into 500 by 500 block zones. Or rather, 500 by 500 foot zones, which is 250 by 250 blocks. And that way, there's a maximum area that any biome can potentially spread to. This is something that I had read about on the wiki literally like 10 years ago.
Oh.
Or more. 10 or more years ago. The issue with it is that in the regular game mode, you have limited blocks, and one of the things that you do to separate and section off the world is that you have to line it with a block that's not able to be converted to a biome.
Right.
And there are different blocks that you can use, but you need a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
Especially, like, if I... Especially depending on how big the sections are.
Right.
So... I am doing 250 by 250 block sections.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fairly big.
Okay.
Which means it's less control, but it's... Well, let me put it this way. I have all of the horizontal sections finished.
Okay, cool.
So every 500 feet, there is a gap in the world.
Uh-huh.
Horizontally. And
Why can you put a trap there? Sorry.
And I'm currently working on the vertical ones, and one cool thing that I discovered that they have added to the game is that they added a minecart that digs for you. And let me tell you, that cut down the amount of time for the horizontal part by a ton.
Yeah, I imagine.
It just automatically breaks the blocks in front of it.
Wow.
And places a new minecart track if you have one in your inventory. Just like kind of game-changing item.
Yeah.
So that was extremely useful. And like I said, I'm now working on the vertical sections.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest pain when working on the vertical sections is when you have to go through an area of water or lava.
Okay.
Water's not so bad because you can just there's another item that is, again, relatively recent that they added that is a sponge that you can just soak up water with.
Okay.
Or, you know, you can just let it drain off to a different area to either side, or there are various ways to deal with water, especially because you can place blocks in water, like on top of the water, to section it off so that, like, you could have just place blocks straight down so you only have to deal with a certain number of blocks wide of water.
Uh-huh.
And don't have to deal with the water to either side of it. Lava, you can't do that.
Right.
You mean I can't throw a bunch of sponges into a volcano and just expect it to suck up all the lava?
Unfortunate.
Well, they did also add a lava sponge.
Oh. Well then, yeah, you can expect
So I
that.
can do that in real life.
Yes, of course. Everything in Terraria is in real life.
Perfect.
So I couldn't figure out for the longest time how to get the lava sponge. So I basically, there are a few other options for dealing with the lava. You can either turn it into obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
You can scoop it up in buckets, which is only really feasible because I had an unlimited number of buckets. Or you can dig an area for it to flow into, which is not really an acceptable solution. Especially because there's not always something underneath to dig into. So, I did figure out how to get the lava sponge. You get it by fishing in lava.
You mean I can do that in real life too?
Yeah, totally. I still need to keep doing the quests for the fishermen to get the last sponge, because there are 3 sponges that you can combine into one item that just gets rid of any liquid in the game.
Oh.
The 3rd liquid is honey. Honey flows slowly like lava. But heals you while you're in it. It grants a healing buff.
That's nice.
Yes. Unfortunately, it also slows your movement quite a bit. The game has really, like, they have added so much stuff to it over the year without DLC. It's just, like, they put so much love into this game.
Right.
It's really good. Terraria is often described as 2D Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it called that many a time.
Yeah. And it's not totally wrong. Like, there are a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
How did I get shot through a wall?
One of the major differences, in my opinion, is that in Terraria, there's no item durability.
Okay. So if you make a thing, it stays like that.
You make a pickaxe, you don't have to make another one of that kind. Unless you die and you're playing on a difficulty where you lose your items when you die. It's... You can make a pickaxe, and you don't have to keep making the same pickaxe over and over and over again.
That's nice.
Yes. That is one of the things that I think Terraria did a lot better than Minecraft. Item durability is kind of a drag in Minecraft, in my opinion.
What does racing have to do with item durability?
Bapa.
No, I'm talking about queens.
Oh.
Oh, slay.
But that is one thing that I think Terraria made the better decision.
Uh-huh.